Welcome to the Open Book, where I speak for the unheard voices. This is the story of Emani Gabrielle Moss. I want you to relax and walk with me and listen to this little girl's story. We owe that to her. Emani was born to Emani Moss, which was a single father because the mother was on drugs and did not want her from the time of birth. Around 5 years later, Emani meets a lady named Tiffany at a church gathering. 2009, Emani marries Tiffany. 2010, this is the beginning of the abuse of Emani. Emani tells the teacher at school she does not want to go home because she's going to get in trouble by her stepmom. The teacher wants her to elaborate, so Emani says, "My stepmom beat me with a curtain rod and belt buckle last time because I didn't do my homework fast enough." So the teacher calls CPS and the police. They come to the school. Long story short, Tiffany, she gets 5-year probation, and her career was in early childhood education and development. She can no longer do that anymore, so she lost her career on that day. So between 2010 and 2012, Emani, Tiffany, and now a brother and a sister are going back and forth home to home with family because Emani is doing everything on his own. Skipping to 2012, the summer of 2012 to be exact, they get an apartment on their own again, and it's bad. It's so bad that Emani runs away twice in July. The first time Emani runs away is at the apartment leasing office. She tells the leasing agent, "I can't go home. I don't want to go home because my stepmother is mean. She's not nice to me." The leasing office agent didn't know what to do but call the police. So the police arrived and he asked Emani a few questions. She said, "Well, for one thing, my stepmother tied me to a chair, put me in the shower, and ran ice cold water on me for over an hour." He takes her to the apartment and he talks to Tiffany. Tiffany's rebuttal is, "Oh, she lies a lot. She's just jealous and wants all the attention from myself and her 2 siblings." So maybe 3.5 weeks later, Monday she runs away again, but this time it's in the nighttime, and it's about 9:30. Tiffany's on the couch watching TV, and her brother and sister are sleeping, and she just breezes by and runs away. Tiffany doesn't run after her. She doesn't say stop. She doesn't call the police, and she doesn't call Emani. When Emani gets home from work about midnight, he notices that she's not there. Tiffany tells him she ran out the house almost 10. He calls the police. The police finds this baby hiding in the bushes, asleep. And y'all walk with me. They're in Georgia. Mosquitoes in July. Thorns all on the bushes. Dirt. Crime. It's nighttime. This baby rather be in a bush at night getting ate up by mosquitoes than to be in their house with this girl. October of 2012 to August of 2013, they're staying with family. Emani's back in school, so she has a lot of eyes on her. She's able to live a little and, breathe because I'm not with this evil lady. But now, even in the midst of staying with other adults, Tiffany hates her so bad it's beginning to be, it's been to get to the point where she doesn't even care anymore. Because they go to this Mother's Day outing on the 12th at Sharonice's house. That's Emani's sister. They notice Emani's hair is maybe a little longer than Esther Rose. Now, Emani has had long, beautiful, flowing hair. If you put it over her shoulders, it'll reach to her chest. If you put it down her back, it's in the middle of her back. And it was cut completely off, wasn't styled, just a mess. The mother of Emani's grandmother, asked Tiffany, "What happened to my baby hair?" Tiffany looked this woman dead in her eyes and said, "You act ugly? Shit, you look ugly." Now, y'all, I want y'all to hold up right there. If this woman had enough courage and had the audacity to tell a grandmother, pretty much, you cut her hair off so she can look ugly, imagine what she's saying to this baby and doing to this baby when no one is around. Y'all feel me? This is in public to the grandmother. Ooh. Y'all. Ooh, okay, y'all. So the torture literally continues, but it hasn't got graphic just yet. So now we're at August of 2013, and we're going to say from August 2013 to October 2013. These dates seal the fate of this precious angel that was ridiculed and mistreated. So Tiffany, she's itching to torture this child. She can't take it no more. She's sick of everybody watching her. I got to literally kill this baby. She had an intent to get rid of Emani, whether it's by torturing her so much she runs away and never comes back, or starving her and literally killing her. So Tiffany begs Emani to get them in another apartment. At this apartment, you must make 3 times the rent. So Emani, he gets 2 full-time jobs. They are approved for the apartment. And Tiffany talks Emani into homeschooling Emani. Y'all, what does this mean to you? Have you been listening? Homeschool Emani. He's at work 16 hours, possibly gone almost 19 hours. She's at home with this biatch 19 hours, alone with the exception of her 2 young siblings. Y'all feeling me now? So, Emani, she's home with Tiffany all day. Tiffany's plan is put into place now. She has now got a lock for her room. She's locking Emani in her bedroom. She's starving her now. She's abusing her and putting her in a cold shower to get rid of the scars. She's mistreating her. She's verbally abusing her. She's torturing poor 10-year-old Emani, who has literally done nothing but be the child of Emani. So y'all, I want to ask y'all, have you ever been hungry? And I'm saying not days, just you miss lunch. I know my man, sometimes he come to the door rushing to get dinner, and he ate lunch, you know, and he's getting home about 6, and he told me, my stomach touching my back. That hunger pain is nothing to play with. She's a child. Their metabolism is grand. And I know that stomach was tearing that baby up. Not alone, y'all, she was hungry and tortured because she could smell it being cooked and prepared, but she couldn't get any. That lady cooked almost every day. Lasagna, greens, spaghetti, hamburgers. French fries, pizza, tacos. And on the days she didn't cook, they ate McDonald's or Burger King. What child you know don't like McDonald's? And you can smell these things. Now, as adults, imagine you being in a room locked in, weak and hungry, and you smell this good food being cooked. Not only are you in a room locked in, you smelling good food being cooked, but you hear all this life that you don't have going on outside the room. You're hearing your siblings that you love, you want to play with, you're not allowed to. Y'all know the stepmother didn't let her play with her kids. Y'all know that. This was a low down, dirty, jealous of a baby ass woman. So October the 13th, Emani was burned. Tiffany called or texted Emani and said she didn't burn herself. She put the tub water on her. She wanted to see what it would do. Emani is not slow, guys. She has no intellectual disabilities. Emani know if it's hot, it's going to burn. She don't want to see what it would do, y'all. Tiffany burned that baby, y'all. That baby couldn't even move, let alone walk to the bathroom, fill up bathtub thing, because, you know, she's taking her own bath in the bed if she ever did it. But she couldn't do that, y'all. Tiffany boiled that water, put it in that thing, and I believe she threw it on Emani because Emani was probably yelling and moaning in agony. And she would say probably, "Shut up! I told you to shut up." And Imani's like, "I need help." And she kept, moaning, and that's when she went and threw that on that baby, y'all. And she says in the text, "But it's all right. I put some aloe vera on it." Not I sought medical attention, called the ambulance, even went to Walgreens to pick her up something. Not even ice or butter, just aloe vera. Have y'all ever been burned? Y'all know how that feel, right? Okay, so you got a baby that's hungry, weak, her organs are failing, depressed, tired, tortured because she's smelling food, peeing and boo-booing on the floor in her room because she can't make it to the bathroom. Her butt positioned in the bed in one area because she can't move back and forth, getting bed sores, to now burned. So on October the 18th, following this particular day, Emani has to come home early because his truck is running hot, and he comes to change out the radiator. But Tiffany does not know that he's coming home early. So he comes up the steps about 10 p.m. and he sees Emani in the tub. He describes it as shivering and aggressive jerking. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that aggressive jerking is a seizure. The shivering, in my opinion, I'm putting my Sherlock Holmes hat on, came from this lady. She couldn't put it in the chair anymore and and turn the shower on cold. So she took her almost lifeless body later in the tub and did it. So she's cold, and at this point, her body is giving up. She's not healthy like she was before when she was put in the chair, so she's not able to fight, and that caused her brain to have an electrical discharge and cause those seizures. On this day, Emani said he wanted to call 911, but instead he took what Tiffany said, and he didn't call because Tiffany said they would go to jail, and what would they do with Tristan and Emma? Y'all, I love children. I love all children. I love Tristan and Emma. They did nothing. However, Tiffany's only worried about her biological children. Iman, this is your blood child. Why in the hell would you ask her anyway what to do about your baby? So here's another chance. He got up, got her out the tub, and told her and put her in that nursing home ass room at this point. So from the 18th, y'all, to the 29th, Emani is just withering away. She's getting bed sores and ulcers. Her body's literally breaking down. You can see her bones through her skin. She's emaciated. She's weak. And she's trying to fight, because she'll still get up and boo-boo on the floor when she can. But at this point, she doesn't have any fight left, y'all. So on the 29th was the day she died. Tiffany texts Iman, she's gone. The court record doesn't have a reply from Iman. He finishes his work shift, and he gets home around 1 a.m. I'm not sure if he felt that she was talking about she ran away or was she dead, but either way, you should have left work or called to see what was up with your child. But you didn't. So he get home, he finds her lifeless. And he finds her lifeless. He takes her body wrapped up in cover, and he takes her to the computer room, and he leaves her there. And he says he goes outside. He says he prays, and he comes back in to spend some time with Emani. Well, at this time, it is too late, Emani. You should have did this before. Okay, so y'all, from the 29th to November the 1st, let me go through what these people did. Iman went to both jobs every single day. Every single day. Tiffany was living it up. She was partying. It was her sister's birthday. She had pictures on Facebook partying, just, sending pictures to people of the babies. Ain't they cute? And blah, blah, blah. And going to Hobby Lobby and different places to look for things to brighten Emani's old room up, and new comforters and things of that nature. And even on the 31st, they caught her on camera at Target getting Halloween costumes and cold medicine for the children. Cold medicine, y'all, for her children. But you couldn't get anything for Emani for second-degree burns. Your children may have the sniffles, y'all, because they can't be sick if she's getting Halloween costumes. They're going trick-or-treating. So they can't be sick. They just have the sniffles. You have enough sense to go get them some cough medicine. But Emani, you gave a damn. So, on the 1st, she says that they need to put on their criminal mind tax, and they need to get rid of the body. They need to get rid of the body, and she wants to burn it, seemingly cremate it, but she's too slow to understand that two human beings can't cremate it with charcoal and lighter fluid. You must be at a funeral home or somewhere with a big oven with this 1,400 degrees Celsius heat, So he said he took it to a secluded area and tried to cremate the body. He said after, washing it, he had to turn his head, but after like 5 minutes, it was burning real slow. He said he put it out, put her back in the truck, and they went home. He went to work again the next day. But on this day, his conscience began to mess with him. He talking to himself. I'm sure he's like, man, I done messed up. I didn't let this kill my baby. My baby gone. Now, I got my baby in the truck. We can't even have a funeral. My mama won't be able to see her. He just everywhere. So he calls his best friend and tells him, what's going on. Not what happened to her, that she was tortured by his wife, but she swallowed poison or whatever, and that they didn't call the police and her body's in his truck. The best friend said, man, if you don't call the police, I'm going to call them. So, of course, he finishes his shift, and when he gets home, he tells Tiffany he's about to call 911. Of course, she began to plead and beg again, but it didn't work this time. So, but he pushed 9, he pushed 1, she was gone before he pushed the other one. She got on down. She took her children to her mother, dropped them off, and she was on the run. When the police got there, they saw the garbage. He raised the lid and saw money, and they immediately arrested Emani on the spot. So, y'all, who tried to help Emani? Her grandmother cried out several times, begging Emani to let her keep him, begging CPS to give her back to her. When she was with her grandmother, she was thriving. She was happy. She was doing great in school. She was gaining weight. She was this beautiful smile you see on this picture. I want y'all to see the slideshow I did earlier, and you will see that last photo of Emani. She looked like an aged, older lady. Literally, that's how bad she was tortured and starved. So the grandmother, the auntie Sharonice, she called CPS a couple times trying to save her. And then the teachers called CPS as well. Now, who failed this baby, y'all? Emani is number 1 on my list. He lived with her. He saw her on the weekends. Even if he didn't see her when he got home because he was tired from 16 hours, he was off on the weekends. He knows his baby. She was very verbal. She's telling you, bruh, ain't nobody going to tell me that this baby wasn't telling her dad that she ain't feeding me, that she doing this to me, that she doing that to me. But he ignored it. So Emani, then you got CPS, who didn't do any pop-ups on a lady who had 5-year probation for abusing a child that is back in the house with her. You got DFACS, same as CPS. No follow-ups, no visits, no calls, nothing. And then you have the police that were called out twice that didn't follow through either. Emani cried out several times, and she had others to cry out for her, but nobody listened. At the end of the day, Emani testified against Tiffany, and he got life without parole. Tiffany decided to go to trial and represent herself. She did not say a mumbling word throughout the entire trial. No objections, no closing remarks, no opening statements. She just sat there and played like she was writing something the whole trial. This low-down lady, girl, demon, had the audacity to say, God will save me. I don't need a lawyer. Girl, I don't know what God you serve, but you just tortured this baby for literally 4 years. And you thought God was going to save you? Oh, okay. Tiffany ended up, y'all, with death with lethal injection, and she's on death row as we speak. I want to say R.I.P. baby girl, Emani Moss. We love you, and we are sorry that your voice was unheard. At your death, I am speaking for your unheard voice. I didn't know you. I would have spoke for you before. Y'all, we are advocates for our children. Even if you see it, say something. And in this case, saying something didn't really help. And I do appreciate the grandmother, the auntie, and the teachers. But me personally, when I saw it wasn't helping, I was just I'm going to get on your nerves. I'm going to keep on going until something happens. So let's learn from this, y'all. Don't stop. They're going to get tired of you calling. They're going to finally do something. You know, go to the house and say she got burns on her just to get them there. Do something. You understand me? Help these babies. I'm doing these stories so we can keep these stories from happening, and they are happening. I'm talking about by the days, by the thousands a day. But thank y'all for listening to the open book where I speak for the unheard voices. And I look forward to my next story next week.